Hi everyone, welcome to another Team Clueless Battle Report. We are down at 40k Gaming in Colchester today, myself and Nick, and we're about to have a game of Monster Hunter, everyone's favourite special mission. So, I'll go through the rules in just a sec, but today we are fighting against a giant arachnarok spider, a Tyrannosaurus Rex, a Stegodon, and a giant dragon at the end there. The way this game works is that these monsters, when we manage to kill them, they count as objectives on the board. So there are going to be 4 objectives we're playing for once we've killed them. The person who kills each monster deals the final wound, gains a victory point, so actually putting them down gives you victory points, and you gain first blood if you're the first player who kills one of the monsters. So they're the basic rules. The monsters have loads of kind of like rules that we've written out. There's a bit of a flow chart with how the monsters move around the board, but we don't need to go into that. Basically, if you attack them and they survive, they'll attack you back. That's how they work. Other than that, they move randomly. We are playing 1,750 points today. We're not going to go really in-depth into the armies. We're just going to go through them because it's a bit noisy up here. So I am playing Chaos Space Marines and no allies. I am playing Crimson Slaughter Codex though. So I have as my war boss, I'm not an Orc, you're the Orc. Chaos Lord on bike, he's got a Power Fist, Lightning Claw, he's got a 2+ armor save, and he is following Nurgle, as are the 5 Chaos Spawn he's with. I'm a really Nurgle themed army today, so I also have Typhus, and he has 35 zombies. We have a Chaos Land Raider with Dirge Caster, and inside that are 8 Plague Marines with 2 Melter Guns and a Power Fist. I have a Chaos Rhino. Inside that are 5 Plague Marines with 2 Plasma Guns. I have 2 separate squads of a single Chaos Obliterator. They also have the Mark of Nurgle, and I have the obligatory Helldrake in reserve. So, we'll pop round the table. Nick, just quickly shout out what you've got in your army. Let's go.
We've got a battle wagon with 19 Orc Boys, Death Roller, Cannon, and a Weird Boy in there.
Weird Boy, nice choice.
Orc Boys got knobs, usual. 5 knob bikers, 3 power claws, a pain boy, and a wild banner.
Lots of choppy in there.
A war boss with boss pole, power claw, cyborg body.
Yep.
3 killer cans with Grotzukas. Another battle wagon, death roller, 2 big shooters, and a cannon. 20 Orc Boys with knob, power claw, boss pole, heavy armor. 5 looters, and in reserve we've got.
Boss
Zagstruck with 14 Storm Boys, and we've also got Dakka Jet, which is at the bottom there.
Dakka Jet under the table. So we've already done all the pre-game rolls. My psychic powers are the 2 best ones for Nurgle. I can give Gets Hot to a unit, and I can give units negative toughness, which is pretty sweet. We have night fighting. I've got turn 1 and have deployed first. Warlord traits. Nick's got a rubbish one, gives him move through cover. I have rolled a 6 on the Crimson Slaughter table, and my Warlord has Shrouded, which is pretty special. Nick is going to roll Seize the Initiative, so on a 6. Oh! Close, but no cigar. We're just going to do reports at the end of each kind of like full turn, so we're going to be reasonably quick today, he says, looking at the 3.5-minute video. Anyway, let's go. Okay, it is the end of game turn 1, so we've both taken our first turns, so it's going to be reasonably complex what happened here. On the first turn, I moved forward all of my zombies to try and engage this giant spider. I didn't want it to charge me, and also didn't want Nick to be able to put his template weapons on me with his killer cans. I charged in there with Typhus and all my zombies and did very little to the spider. Then Nick, what did you do on your turn over here?
I moved my battle wagon up and got all the orcs out. Because you're obviously using combat, couldn't shoot at it, so I charged into the spider myself. The Weird Boy, well, there's 2 wounds done to the spider in total. We got 1 back on my
That's
turn.
it. I think you have got the better of my zombies. You've killed a lot more zombies than I killed orcs.
But you could just kill my knob in the challenge with Typhus.
Yes, Typhus now has a poisoned instant death demon weapon. Seems pretty nice.
So yeah, so that was that combat. Basically.
That was that combat. So in the middle here, I charged forward my spawn on my first turn and engaged the T-Rex. Out of all the monsters, the T-Rex is pretty dangerous in combat, but it's probably the weakest at taking damage due to having a slightly worse armor save than most of the others.
Yeah.
So I charged in with my Chaos Spawn and I got like 36 attacks with them, a ridiculous number. But I only did it for 5 wounds.
5 wounds, and you thought that killed it.
I thought I killed it, but I had 6 wounds total.
It's the dragon that has 5 wounds, not the T-Rex.
30 odd Chaos Spawn attacks plus my Chaos Lord with his Power Fist attacking, so I was quite annoyed I didn't kill it. On Nick's turn, what happened?
I charged into combat myself with my bikers and that, and the Pain Boy and Wild Banner failed to kill it, but the Power Claw did the final wound.
So Nick did 1 wound to it, so he has got first blood because he killed the first monster, and he killed the monster with the final death blow. So Nick is 2 up up on victory points at the moment.
And I also killed one Chaos Spawn. I did
Yes,
3
as far
wounds
as
to the
combat,
Power
I
Claw,
rolled
so-
really badly for number of attacks, and your Power Claws did a number and killed one of my spawn.
Yeah.
But our two generals are in combat, and my general is 1 wound up, isn't he? Didn't you
yes.
2? Did we 1?
Yeah, that's it. You have taken 2 wounds on one of your Chaos Spawns as well,
Yes.
so one of the T-Rex managed to do that to you. So
That's it. So overall, Nick is probably winning that combat because he's not so much better than my spawn once engaged, but my leader might kill his.
And the other bit of the board, my killer cans are shuffled sideways to get away from the Land Raider, which the Land Raider shuffled sideways. I'll let you tell this bit.
The Land Raider moved sideways, and I fired one las cannon and a heavy bolter. Amazingly, the las cannon missed its twin-link shot on the killer cans, but I penetrated twice with my snap-firing heavy bolter. That was quite nice. Then Nick made 2 6-up cover saves due to night fighting, which I wasn't impressed with. My Rhino over there fired 2 plasma guns out the back, trying to get an extra wound on the T-Rex before I charged it. If I'd have done a wound with my plasma gun, I'd have killed that T-Rex. But unfortunately, I rolled a 1 and a 2, but didn't die to get hot.
The dragon didn't actually do much. So, on your turn, it stayed still. On my turn, it shuffled 2 inches towards your Rhino.
When
So
we're not
he's
engaged with the monsters, they move randomly, so it's not moved a lot. Now, Nick, I'll let you tell the lovely story of what happened down here. There was this Triceratops was in the middle there at the start of the game, wasn't it, Nick? What happened?
Your turn. It charged in and killed my looters.
So that was nice. There were 5 looters down there. They are gone.
We overwatched, didn't do anything to it. And then on my turn, I got the Orks out with the battle
So
wagon.
20 Orc boys.
20 Orc boys, yep. And ready to shoot it and assault the Triceratops. The battle wagon death rolled in, and the Triceratops decided to stay there and hammer at it.
Death or glory.
I only got 5 on my 2d6 and dealt it only 1 wound, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Nick did 2d6 strength 10 attacks with a death roller.
Yeah, and then that hit the death roller back, blew the battle wagon up. I just call it a death roller.
Yeah,
'cause
that's what it is.
It only killed 4 orcs though, which is a good thing.
It blew up next to the 20 Orc boys, which wasn't good, and I rolled a 5 on the detonation range.
And then the orcs charged in. We've lost the load, and we've done 1 more wound to it. So
But your Power Claw is still alive, most importantly.
yes, and that's the thing with that one. I think that's going to be an ongoing combat for a while.
So quite an eventful first turn. There were lots of combats going on, lots of challenges going on. It was pretty good. Let's see what happens.
Our entire army in combat after turn 1.
That's it. Our reserves are coming in now, which could alter the battle
Turn
quite a lot.
Turn 2 could be end of the game.
Yep. Okay, so it is the end of game turn 2. This was quite a lot happened here.
Yeah.
So over here we had our big combat involving all the zombies, all the orcs, Typhus, and the Weird Boy. On the first round, I think basically the orcs and the zombies have been killing each other. The orcs killing far more, you'd say, than the zombies. I
Yeah,
think.
in the first round, yeah.
Typhus challenged and the Weird Boy declined, so Typhus then went to kill the spider with his demon weapon, rolled a 1, took a wound and didn't deal anything to the spider. Then we moved on to the second round, similar story, the Orcs killed more of the zombies again.
We killed less of the zombies, I only killed 1 that
Oh yeah,
round.
you rolled really badly. The Weird Boy declined, but Typhus went mental with his demon weapon, which is poison due to his roll on the table, and he managed to deal 5 wounds to the spider and instant death. So it didn't get its feel no pain roll, so it is dead, so 1 BP back up for me. So that's how we leave that combat at the end. We're still locked in. Both of the sides are fearless still.
Well, your obliterator
Oh,
came in.
well remembered, mate. My obliterator deep struck in. I've got 2 single obliterators. Only 1 came in. Deep struck in, shot this, and unfortunately positioned myself slightly badly, and I'm in the side arc. But I managed to get past the cover save and immobilised it, which was okay.
Yep.
Okay, this was just a...
This is a mess.
This was a shitstorm. So, on my turn, my Land Raider over here tried to move off the rubble it was on and immobilised itself. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, stupid Chaos player, why didn't you take a Dozer Blade? I did, I rolled double 1. So, that immobilised itself. So, the Plague Marines inside got out and charged into this combat because I felt my spawn were losing against the Power Claw Bikers and I needed a few more attacks. So, this was on my turn. My Warlord managed to kill Nick's Warlord in the challenge, which was quite nice.
This gives you a VP.
Gives me a VP and also gave me +1 attack on my Warlord, which was cool. And then the combat ensued a bit. I think I killed 2 of your Power Claws that round, didn't I? Which was quite good. And the War Banner.
Yeah, and the War Banner.
So that was a good turn for me, but Nick passed his leadership, which we thought he was going to fail. So then he deep struck in Boss Zagstruck and 15 Storm Boys?
14.
14 Storm Boys. He killed 1 on landing, and then he charged in over here. My Warlord had to accept it, had to issue a challenge again, so him and Boss Zagstruck stood off to the side. I chose to use my Lightning Claw attacks and managed to kill Boss Zagstruck before he attacked me. much to Nick's disappointment.
Yes, otherwise the 5 power claw attacks would have
Would have killed my warlord.
Yeah.
But luckily, my warlord rolled a 65 on the table and has now turned into a demon prince. He's lost all his cool shit, but he's back up to 4 wounds, which is good. The rest of the combat, I think you killed 1 plague marine, I killed 1 storm boy.
Your cow spawn did 7 wounds, and I saved 7 wounds.
Ah, yes, and then you did 8 wounds back, and I saved 8 wounds.
Yeah, that was a good combat.
Pretty uneventful there. We're still locked in this massive mess.
That could have been could have been a swinger either way. If I killed Chaos Marines there.
I decided my Land Raider and the plasmas out the back of the Rhino, and the Helldrake, which came on, did a breath attack on the 3 killer cans which are down here. I managed to kill 2 of them with that combined fire.
Yeah.
Nick, what happened over here with this lovely red beast?
The Dakka Jet came on, fired and did nothing to the Helldrake, and I used my Warg.
Yeah, you had 18 twin-linked Shrimp 6 Orks. I didn't even have to make a save.
No. Down here, some Orc boys have died. I've done some wounds to it.
It's taken 4 wounds now?
Yeah, it's got 2 wounds left, and I'm down to only just being obviously fearless. So if I lose any more Orcs, I lose fearless. But obviously the Power Claw's there. Hopefully, well, the Power Claw won't die in that.
No.
So hopefully the Power Claw can finish him off.
And the poor dragon, nobody's gone near it, and it hasn't decided to move yet. It's been quite sedate.
It's stayed in its same little area. It's moved about 3 inches and it's been about a circle.
I think it's sleeping off for the winter.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the end of turn 2. Okay, you join us at the end of turn 3. It was another 2 pretty damn eventful turns. So we'll start this end of the table as before. We have this epic combat going on with Orks versus zombies. During my turn, which is the first of the 2 turns we're going through, Typhus challenged the Weird Boy.
Yep.
The Weird Boy accepted for once. Typhus' demon weapon rolled a 1, unfortunately, but I still managed to get a hit in. And because I'd forgotten to use my psychic powers at the start of my turn, I used them to make my weapon instant death, and I killed a Weird Boy. I've now got Fleshbane on my side. It's poisoned and fleshbaned and instant death and all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately on my turn, in that round of combat, I didn't kill that many zombies.
No, you rolled pretty bad for wounding.
Yeah, your zombies are troop choice. So I initially, although I didn't want to kill the spider, I wanted Typhus to do it in that combat. I wanted my boys to just try and kill as many zombies as I could.
Yeah, they didn't get through enough, did they?
No, well you're only down to...
Yeah, I started with 35. These ones are actually dead. Sorry, I haven't moved off the table yet. So
5, 6, 7. You're down to 8.
Yeah, 35 down to 8 is a big attrition number.
Yeah, because we've only sort of 19 Orc boys.
That's it. But in your turn, my Typhus got an extra 3 attacks with his demon weapon, and because there were no more characters to challenge him out, he killed a load of boys, and they have run off the table and were caught.
Yeah.
So they've gone now. There was only a couple left anyway. This is still alive, but it's immobilised. It's only got 1 gun, so it's not particularly dangerous.
Yeah.
Over here, my Obliterator on my turn moved over and fired an assault cannon, but failed to kill the last remaining killer can. But my Rhino that was over there fired its 2 plasma guns and managed to kill it with 2 good shots, which was nice.
Yeah.
So, over here, you may notice there is a Demon Prince model present. Thank you to some random person in the club for lending it to me. Oh yeah, that's already happened, yeah. So, as it turns out, the Demon Prince is much better at killing Orcs than the War Boss was, with his huge strength and initiative and everything. He killed 4 of the, what's it called? Storm Boys. And then the rest of them, we did a bit of attrition there. Nick's Pain Boy did a challenge on my champion.
You had to issue the challenge, so you issued, I accepted. I did kill your champion.
Yep, because you go first. And Nick then succumbed to the Chaos Gods, and we rolled on the Chaos Spoon chart for Nick, and he got...
Fleet.
Not the best bonus here. He was hoping for some instant kill special attack, but he didn't get it.
Yep.
But the rest of my units mopped up Nick's units down, and then, because of the Demon Prince's super high initiative, I cut down both the units when they ran away. So my 3 units really got the sense. That combat was so pivotal. Yeah, I think the main part of that was when Zagstruck lost the challenge before he got to hit. And that really swung the combat because you lost your power fists.
Well, that was the power claw attacks was only for the first turn. So if I killed your war boss, obviously the Demon Prince wouldn't have been in the combat.
Yeah, that's it, and that would have been a much closer combat.
Yeah, obviously you wouldn't have had that. You wouldn't have killed as many. There's one left, one less thing, but that was the pivotal combat in the game.
We move on to the dragon. It's moved in. So
it woke up finally.
It did.
In
I
your
think
turn.
in my turn it was over there, and I'd moved my rhino here to get shots on the killer can. It moved 6 inches towards my rhino, and then Nick made, how long was the charge?
11-inch.
Nick made an 11-inch charge with the dragon.
I made a 9-inch first of all, then we checked and he had fleet, so I re-rolled the 4
Yep.
and got the 6.
Who gave that dragon fleet? Oh, it was me. So it beat up the rhino, and then in Nick's turn, it started munching through the squad.
In the explosion, it killed one of the.
Yep.
Explosion, it killed one of the Marines, and yeah.
I think I've done a couple of wounds, one wound back with my plasma shots on Overwatch, which was okay.
Yeah.
But that dragon is just going to mulch through the rest of those.
Yeah, my turn, it basically came in and mulched some. You would have killed them all, but you made some saves.
Yeah, I made my feel no pains.
Yeah.
So, moving down here, this is actually dead now, but we didn't want to put it on its side because it's got loads of delicate spikes on it. So Nick has killed that, didn't you? You killed it with your power board, didn't you?
Yeah, and I'll get VP for it.
Yep, so another VP up. He has then moved into the best anti-Helldrake formation he can form, but unfortunately...
I normally declare it as being Gretchen formation, as
Yep.
that's what it is, but it's Orcs, so they're not like Gretchen.
But unfortunately, the Helldrake is going to toast a good half of them. So at the end of turn 3, we have called the game in my favour, due to the fact I won those 2 big combats over there.
And all I've got left are those few Orc boys.
He only has these Orc boys left, which
And
the
the battle wagon
Helldrake
that's
is going to deal
immobilised.
with. So by the end of the game, I'm still going to hold that because I've got troop choices on them. The Demon Prince and Spawn can go and occupy the dragon and deal with these Orcs, so I would win the game on those objectives. So we've decided to call it in my favour.
Yeah.
As always though, Monster Hunter was top fun. It was just a massive kill fest, wasn't it?
It was, as I say, turn 1, you went in the charge, so turn 2, I went in the charge, my turn 1. So it was just, it was the outcome of the combat. It was, the outcome of the T-Rex combat. Because obviously,
Yeah, I think I won 2 challenges. Your War Boss versus my Chaos Lord was pretty even, I felt.
Yeah.
But I was luckier than you. I made all my invulnerables. You
Yes,
didn't.
that was where it was, you had the 1 extra invulnerable, so you had 4.
Yeah, I had a
plus
4, you had a 5.
Yeah, that was the only disadvantage there, unfortunately.
And then we both just piled more units in there, didn't we? And
Yeah,
then
it was that we knew that was the combat to
Yeah, that's
to
it.
win.
Whoever won that could spiral out and kill the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, and then as I say, Typhus, that combat just was going on for the entire game.
Yep. Typhus was a boss. He's won 2 challenges this combat.
Yeah, again, we were there, my Orcs, it was just a case of my plan was to try and kill as many Orcs, zombies as I could, because I knew Typhus would kill the spider, so I was pretty much letting you have the VP there, because you spent 2 turns trying to kill it at least.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to try and kill as many zombies as I could, so I could then try and surround Typhus, thinking, more attacks, the more likely I would be to kill it.
I felt you were a little unlucky killing yourself. I thought your massive charge and
Yeah.
40 shooter attacks on that should have done a bit more damage than the none it dealt.
Yeah, that could have died. If that died slightly earlier, I don't. They may not have done much more. The Orcs, they probably may have just hit a bit, or.
That's it. And the Dagger Jet was a little disappointing, wasn't it? As with the killer cans, they didn't really get to do a lot.
Well, the killer cans didn't get to do anything, mostly because everything was in combat turn 1.
Yeah, so they were the only thing that weren't in combat. So all my firepower, which wasn't a lot, but it was a couple of las cannons, a couple of plasma cannons, were only going into them.
Helldrake killed the Dagger Jet. In
Oh yeah,
turn
it's
3.
over. Yeah, forgot that.
Strikes.
I vector struck the Dagger Jet as I flew off the board.
Yeah.
But that was about it. So good game. Thanks again, Nick.
That's all right.
And I recommend everyone come down here to 40k. You can see they've got lovely terrain for you to use, and there's loads of tables going on down here.
And Carl, there's only 45 minutes till we can buy your
then,
MP Guard stuff.
Then we're going to go and buy Impy Guard Codex and read it on the way home.
Only 4 copies though.
Only 4 copies. What did I say? I like Impy Guard. Thanks for watching, everyone.